No wonder I'm not a world-class athlete.
Yeah, we're pretty weird.
Yeah, I can't high five, low five, or well, any kind of five.
All right, we are back.
Yes,
There's a tropical storm outside.
tropical depression, and we're not even in the tropics. Damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Title of today's video.
Yes.
We're talking about the things that you need to take with you.
Would these be the common things?
The common things.
The common
well, and also
things.
uncommon, maybe potentially.
Okay.
When I say common, I mean, or I think when you say common, you mean if you're financing or leasing, if it's new or if
we'll
it's
get into
used.
that. Yeah.
There's certain things you have to take with you.
Yes, we'll
when
get
you
into
take
that.
delivery.
Yeah.
So this is you've negotiated a car deal, whether you've gone into the dealership or you've done it online. You've got a car deal pretty much done, and now you're ready to take delivery.
Yes.
As a customer, what do I need to have prepared? Because it's so draining, Dad. You hear stories all the time, and you've seen it. You know what I mean. You can end up spending hours just trying to take delivery of your car, and maybe some of these steps or tips that you're going to share for what you should bring can help cut down on that.
Well, hopefully the fact that you've already negotiated the car deal and set up a time for delivery has taken the time out of how much additional time you're going to spend taking delivery. But there's certain things, certain common things that, regardless of what state or where you live, that you're going to need to bring with you when you pick up your new car. The most important of which is, well, your driver's license. You need to be able to provide them with your driver's license. The state needs it, typically for doing the title and registration work for the car. Now, I know you're thinking, well, what if I don't have a driver's license? What if I'm just buying a car for somebody else, for a designated driver, so to speak? And well, you can, because not everybody does have a driver's license. So I've had customers who were just...
You were struggling right there. You were really thinking deep.
Well, because I was going to go into my Stevie Wonder story, because he obviously doesn't have a driver's license, but he can buy cars for his staff to drive him around. But, I was thinking, well, is it really nice and appropriate to bring Stevie Wonder into this without having asked him first? But I guess we can find out later if he's one of our 35,000 subscribers. So, yes, you need to bring a driver's license. The other thing you're going to need to bring is...
Can I ask a follow-up question there?
Yes, follow-up questions, yes.
So let's say you're buying like a vehicle for your kid who's about to turn of age. Yes. You would need... your driver, you're buying the car in your name, so you need your driver's license.
Yes, the kid's driver's license.
The kid has nothing to do with it.
He's got something to do with it. He's costing the old man money. But other than that, the kid has nothing to do with it.
We've been there, haven't we?
Yes. God, the memories. The other thing you're going to need to bring is a current insurance card. With the car you're buying already on the insurance card, and they're going to need that because the state requires it, and the bank that's financing it, if you're financing the car, they require that you carry insurance on the car while the loan's in effect. If you ever make the mistake of letting your automobile insurance lapse and the finance institution gets notified of that, they will go out and they will secure insurance for your car, and they will start including the cost of that insurance in your future payments or your payoff when you go to pay the car off. And be advised that when they go to shop for insurance, well, they don't really care if it's the least expensive policy they could get for you. They're charging you whatever they want to charge you. So don't ever let your insurance lapse if you finance the car or lease the car.
And when you're getting that insurance card updated to take to the dealership for delivery,
yes,
you can call your broker or whatever your agency, and just give them the VIN number.
Yeah, and who the finance company is if you're financing it.
So if you're financing, they're going to ask for the lien holder and the lien holder address. Yes. And it's super simple to get that info. Well, I shouldn't say super simple. It's, in theory, simple. In practice, potentially more difficult. Ask your salesperson who's the lien holder. Or if you're doing outside financing, if you've gone to your bank, ask your bank, what's the lien holder address? Because there's a specific address. And if you use that language, they'll give it right to you. You get the updated insurance card, you're good to go.
Yes. So you've got driver's license and insurance card. That's two. If you're putting any money down on your purchase, you're going to need to either bring cash or check. Most dealerships will accept a personal check. If you're paying in full, they might ask that you bring a bank check or a treasurer's check. If you're putting some of your down payment on your credit card, check with the dealership beforehand, because many dealerships have a limit as to how much you can actually use on your credit card. It might run anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 limit. And that's because there's added expense for the transaction fee with the bank on the credit card. If you're using a debit card, well, you might want to call your bank and raise the daily limit as to what you can take out using your debit card. Dealerships don't mind the debit card because there's no transaction fee associated with it.
Did you ever have customers who would come in and try and use debit cards and then realize that there was more than the limit, and then you just start having this big back and forth that drags on the process?
Well, the big back and forth was they were typically waiting on hold for their bank so they could talk to somebody at 7 o'clock at night to get the limit increased so they could put down how much they wanted utilizing their debit card.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can slow things down. That's why you either go online and do it before you get to the dealership, or call the bank before you get to the dealership to do it that way. If you're trading a car, and lots of people are, you need to bring the title. And the title needs to be, well, don't tell anybody, in your name. Has to be in your name. You can't trade in what you don't own. Okay, it's just that simple. So if you have a trade, you're going to need to bring your trade title with you, and the title has to be in your name. You can't trade in something that you don't own. So if the trade is in, I don't know, your ex-wife's name.
Why is she going to be your ex-wife?
Why not?
Could be just your wife, yeah.
If the trade is in your wife's name,
yeah,
or your soon-to-be ex-wife's name, or your girlfriend's name, you can't trade it in. You need to have them there to sign off on the title. So the title has to be in your name. If you had a loan on that trade and you had paid it off, well, then you need to bring documentation showing that the bank no longer has a security interest in that vehicle, a lien release of some kind, so that you can get clear title and they can transfer it. And other than that, I think personally the most important thing that somebody has to bring with them, and perhaps I'm lacking it today, I don't know, but that would be a good attitude. You have to bring a good attitude to the dealership, not for any other reasons than so that you can have a good time when you're picking up your new car, because, well, you're entitled to have a good time. You're spending a lot of money. You should have fun. So bring a good attitude. What the hell? Can't hurt.
Very cool. So is there anything else that you need to be aware of when taking delivery, about the process, or I guess those are the documents and things that you should bring, or what other things you should expect?
Those are pretty much the documents you need to bring. You can expect that when you're in the finance office, the finance guy's going to try and sell you some stuff, and it's up to you to either find value in it or not. And if you don't find value in it, turn it down. And if you ever get confused as to what he's asking you to sign, slow the process down and say, hey, I don't understand quite what it is you want me to sign. Could we go over this again? So don't ever sign anything if you're like the least bit confused about what it is you're signing. Protect yourself.
Who can you contact if you're in that situation? Is it really your responsibility to figure it out, or are there people that can help? I'm being genuine. I don't know.
You mean like if you've signed it after the fact?
No. Like as you're reviewing it. Like, have you ever had customers bring like a lawyer in to review these things?
No, I've had customers ask for lease documents and finance documents to take to their lawyer before they came to the dealership.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
no, I'm just wondering because
I've had lawyers sit in a finance office and read every damn word.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, but this is what I was trying to get at. Is because as a consumer,
and here's the worst part. And they knew as they were reading every word that they weren't allowed to strike any of them because that would invalidate the contract. So whatever it says, it says.
Wow. So I mean, if you wanted to do a lease, you can't modify initial and then send it back to the leasing company to see if they'll initial it as well.
You mean like if you want to change some of the terms?
The language, yeah.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
So really, you've got no recourse there. But if you're confused, you can at least have a professional make you feel more confident.
If you're confused, slow it down. Ask for an explanation. Any good finance manager would not have a problem with that. They want you to understand what it is that you're signing, and they want you to understand why you're signing it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully that'll make your delivery process a bit smoother, a lot smoother.
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then especially, maybe we can do a separate, show on this, but we can talk specifically about the credit application, because if you are financing or leasing, if you don't have your term for your loan figured out, or the specific money factor on the lease figured out in advance, that could drag the process on for a long time. And you can get that credit application done in advance.
Especially if it's at a dealership where they won't let you take the car until they actually have a hard approval from the bank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you might really be interested in a car, but it could get sold until you fill out the credit app, and then that signals to them that you're serious. So we can do a whole video on the credit process and credit applications if that's of interest.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do that.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Ted.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I think this is a wrap.
We're done.
We're done for the day, folks. Thanks so much.